Hey guys, and welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to get started with the MySQL with MySQL Workbench. So I have logged in to MySQL with test user that we have created earlier, and I'm planning to continue to use this particular user to demonstrate you all the queries. As we have granted almost all the permissions to this particular user, we shouldn't face any problem while executing our queries. In case we face any problem in the flow of execution of the queries, we are going to log into the root user and then we are going to see how that particular query executes with the root privileges. So as of now, this is entirely test user stuff. So let us get started. So now the very basic command is show databases. This command is very self-explanatory and it is going to show us the list of databases available for access to that particular user. So I'm just going to type in the command show databases and I'm going to execute it. So these are all the databases that are there in our database. Okay. So here database and a schema, these are synonyms in MySQL. In Oracle, we have a schema for every user, but in MySQL, it is a bit different. So if any one of you is from Oracle background, then it might be confusing at first that a particular user can have multiple databases or multiple schemas. But that is how it is in MySQL. Now there are a few things that we should be comfortable with. You can hold the control key of your keyboard and then you can rotate the mouse wheel of your mouse, and this is how you can increase or decrease the character font size here in the query window. And this is one of the most convenient ways to increase the font size. All you have to do is to press down the control key and rotate the mouse wheel. So if you rotate your mouse wheel in the forward direction, it is going to increase the font size, and if you rotate it backwards, it is going to decrease the font size. So we have learned two things already. We have learned how to see all the databases, and then we have seen how to increase or decrease the font size. The second thing that we have learned, increasing or decreasing font size, is for our convenience. Okay, so it is not for increasing our programming knowledge. Now we are going to use a particular database from this list of databases. So here you can see a database known as Sakila. So to use any particular database, just say use and name of that particular database. So here I am following the convention. I am going to use uppercase characters for any built-in keyword, and for objects I am going to use lowercase characters. So I am planning to use this convention all the time. So I'm going to run this query. So this is going to use Sakila now. Okay, Sakila is one of the databases that we have seen. Okay, so these are the databases, and after executing use Sakila, we will be able to query the objects in Sakila database. Now we have already executed the query use Sakila. Now I can just go ahead and see the list of tables with the command show tables. And I will execute this. And these are all the tables in the Sakila database. So here we have the list, and I am scrolling up and down the entire list. Now here we have a table known as actor. Now in order to see all the rows from the table actor, we just need to say select star from actor. And if I execute this, it is going to show me all the rows from the table actor. So the table actor has got these many rows. Okay, now I'm going to show you something which is going to, yeah. So earlier we used lowercase and here we are using uppercase. So still the result will be same because the queries are case insensitive, except whenever we are dealing with the character data. So if I execute this, we still get the same output. So remember this while creating your objects. So the case of the object doesn't matter. Okay. So case of the object name doesn't matter. In case you try to create an object in your database with the name actor, and then again you try to create another object with name uppercase actor, it is going to throw an error by saying that the object already exists. Okay, so remember that. Now if I want to see the table structure, then I can just run the query describe actor, DESCACTOR. So if I execute this, so this is the description of the table actor. So this query is always going to return us the structure of that particular object. So here the object is the table. So this is the structure of that particular table. So here we can see the name of the field, the data type, the nullability, if it is a key table, and the default value in that particular column, and any extra description. If anything is a key value, usually it is auto increment. So whenever you try to insert a new row, and if you don't provide any sort of value for that particular field, it is going to automatically add an increased value. So that is something known as auto increment. And here we have something like default generated on update current timestamp. So whenever we are going to update any row in this, so here last underscore update column is going to be updated automatically. So this is the description of this entire table actor. Now the alternative for this command is describe, DESCRIBE actor. And I'm just going to execute this, and it is also going to return us the same set of rows like the earlier one. So basically this DESC is short form of the command describe. So I want you to remember both the forms of the same command. So in case whenever you are going to deal with any project documentation, and somewhere you will find DESC and in some places you will find describe, so that if you know both the forms, you will not get confused. So these are the 6 commands, or let's say 5 commands that we have learned in this video lecture. Plus we have learned how to increase and decrease the font size using the mouse and the keyboard. So thanks a lot for watching this video lecture. Do let me know if you have any questions, queries or comments about this video lecture, and I will see you next time.